he walks on stage and there's 600 people there. And we ask him, Mr. Congressman Panetta, are you willing to meet with COPA and talk about housing? And guess what he said? Yes. I'm Maria Elena Manzo. I'm the director of Mujeres en Acción. I have been a leader since 2001. Even before COPA was COPA. And I was actually one of the co-chairs for the founding assembly in 2003. My life is before COPA and after COPA. Before COPA, I had never been involved in anything. I always felt that it was my responsibility in this world to give it back, but I didn't know how I could do that. I didn't know that I had the capacity to change things in a bigger scale. So I attended a meeting after church, and what I learned is that I have power that I didn't know I had. I had the power in relationship with others. I could build power where there was none if we work together. So I learned that I have that I don't need to have a title in order for me to be effective in public life. I learned that I can change things. We were just having a meeting, and we're doing work and workforce development. And I keep asking myself, why am I so passionate about it? And there's people that are trying, so what's the plan? It's like, we don't have a plan. We're working on the plan. And I keep thinking, why do I feel this way? It is that COPA has opened my mind in a way that I can see it. Even if I don't know how I'm gonna get there, we know we have the skills, we know how to do relational meetings to find other people that are interested in the same thing. We can do a house meeting where we're gonna hear about anything that it's affecting our families, and finding other leaders in doing that. I know how to go and do research actions, talk to a supervisor, talk to a congressman, and be part of building the power that is going to make the change that is needed. We just had our 20th anniversary celebration. We had I think it was 600 people, but it's not random people. It's people that we know, that we have relationships with. I was the co-chair of the healthcare COPA team. And that was because we started talking to people, and one of the churches called the health department and asked what the services they had for undocumented people, and they found that they had nothing. So then we started having this house meetings and these conversations and these meetings with supervisors and with the health department, and bringing their stories. And we were able to build a healthcare program for 4,500 undocumented that would have qualified for medical, but because of their not having a social security, they couldn't. Then COVID came, and I was everything was closing, and I knew we had to do something, so we did it, and we were able to start the VIDA project. We were really one of the counties with more COVID, and we were able to bring an idea, make a proposal to the supervisors by meeting twice a week with with Mujeres and the communities, listening to the stories and bringing it to the health department and saying, what you're doing is not enough, it's not working, we need to change it. We made a proposal. We're proposing you to hire 100 community health workers to be trusted messengers, and through all the power that we have built and relationships that we had, we were able to pass that measure, and we got almost $5 million to hire 100 community health workers from the community. And it was a 6-month thing, and it's 4 years almost, and we still have the program. So it keeps me going because it's not an issue but it's it's the relationships, and it's the changing of the community, and it's the journey. Mujeres rely a lot on COPA to help with the leadership development. And at this meeting, we talk about anything and everything that they want to talk about. We have these goals. What's stopping you from achieve those goals? We have a few single women, but most of them are moms or wives. So they first is recognizing that they still can achieve their dreams. They probably, when they were younger, that they could do something, but then, they have a family, so now they think it's their kids. So part of what we talk about is you have the right to have dreams, and this is not against, this is not something that you're taking away from your kids, your family, but it's something that you're adding because you're being a role model on this. So then they start seeing themselves as being able to do something. And then we talk about, what are the pressures? Why is it that you can't go to school? What's stopping you? And then they start recognizing the things that are stopping them. And do you want to learn how to work on those things? So then they start, becoming leaders and learning how they have something to add. You don't have to be a politician. You don't have to have a title. You just have to be willing to learn. The actual goals of Mujeres is whatever the women think is we should be doing, and that's what we'll do. So how do we mold the work that we're doing in the community to fit the needs of the community? Like I said, we have those to focus. Either if they choose to only concentrate on being economically self-sufficient, that's fine. If they only want to concentrate on being leaders, that is fine. The ones that want to keep developing their leadership, what we do is that they come to Mujeres, but they're part of different institutions. Then we encourage them to go back to their churches and organize there, even though they just attended the masses of the services, but now they're part of the center of the church, and they get involved. They make their churches better and develop new leaders as they do that. And they help their priests see that their responsibility at the church is not just inside the church during the service. It's outside, what's happening outside. You can't separate the people who don't have housing, the people were not able to pay the rent, and that people, all these other issues. We're in constant relationship with about 200 women. So anything that comes to Mujeres, we have the groups that are the support groups that meet weekly, and that's about 110 women that are meeting weekly. Plus, we have this other 200 women that are having part of Mujeres that immediately, as soon as we get any resource, any information, it goes right away to all of them. And because we're in relationship with all of them, they start asking questions, and we explain, and so that's how we did it. And then, of course, they share with their families. And even though the women in Mujeres, the participants, graduate from Mujeres, we stay connected. We have a WhatsApp for anybody that still wants to continue. So when I heard about Joby Aviation, I saw a flyer that one of the Salinas Inclusive Economic Development Initiative, which Mujeres was part of. And when we learn about this opportunity, right away we shared the flyer. My mentor from SAIDI, I part of the grant includes a mentor, suggested that I meet with Joby Aviation, and so we set up a meeting. And when we met with them, the first thing that they told us is that they were impressed because of about 200 applications that they received. More than 100 came from Mujeres en Acción, and they had already 3 people selected. The nephew and brother of one of the Mujeres, the brother of another woman, and the son of another were hired for the apprenticeship program.